Just off Lakeshore Drive, nestled next to Lake Michigan. That's where you find historic Soldier Field in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now. You look at this Bears defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
Now if they could just get their pass defense in line, this unit would be really, really strong. And remember the conversation with the defensive coordinator? He wants them to rush the passer better. He wants to see the quarterback on the ground. They've got to create some sacks.
And he said it starts early and often. We'll see if they can get to him. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. They run with Cunningham. 20. 5. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Off the play fake, it's Williams going up top. This is caught inside the 15. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Winless to start the year at 0-2, and now they get the Thursday night game here in Week 3. So, I don't know, does the fact that they're back out so quickly, Charles, help or hurt their cause?
Oh, I say unequivocally help, because you always want a Thursday game earlier in the schedule rather than later, just because the grind of the season hasn't really set in yet. But also, if they can get a win here, they get a mini open week, recharge a little bit, and carry some fresh momentum into the rest of the season.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. You look at this Bears defense. They come into this one 9th in the NFL against the run.
They've established themselves as a top 10 run-stopping unit in the NFL here in the early going. All signs point to me towards them continuing that throughout the season. They look pretty good, pretty darn cohesive to me.
Now a handoff up the middle. Allison. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. This defense for the Bears, much improved from Week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
It's a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 37. That's a third down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. They go with Cunningham. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Back to throw. Kemp. Buying time to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Here's Cunningham. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Open man, it's Palmer. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that, because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And that one was a lot of fun right there, because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Off play action. Kemp. And he holds it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Buccaneers are able to extend their lead.
3 weeks, 3 touchdowns. It's obvious they've looked his way early and often in the red zone this year, and that's usually a pretty good place to find a tight end in the NFL.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, 14-6 our score on EA Sports. Third and 3. To throw, Williams. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. The Bears are 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Parsons. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 45 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Parsons trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and that will keep the lead at 8.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good. The
Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
2nd down and a little more than a yard here. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on 3rd. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Bust through the tackle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium, because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays. That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This is Hill. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
I think in normal situations, most play callers would probably shelve that play in this situation. But down in the red zone, got a little something extra to play with. I like the way that he took a shot and went after it.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this 1st half of action. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. I don't think anyone in the building fooled right there, as that one is going to blow up in their faces. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. So that one on target, and it adds to this 1st half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And not much doing on the return. Good coverage there. Going to stop him in his tracks at the 15-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And this one is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And that's out to the flat for Swift. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball, but I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can, and that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the...
And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. A huge play there for Chicago. 44 yards. Throw to the right, hauled in by Addison. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Bears get a late score here, the final minute of the first half. So the late touchdown there, and that certainly changes things as we move toward halftime.
Yeah, and there's a potential for things to change even more because, remember, they get the ball first to start the third quarter. So they can potentially double up here and take the lead. A great opportunity for them.
Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. Williams going to throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. And got his man complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Buccaneers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Now the try here for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Williams. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Bears 14.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. Now they can't bring him down. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and when they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 4. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Parsons. 75 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Looking to throw is Williams. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So still 14 yards to go. 2nd down. To the air, Williams. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he's going to be knocked down hard at the end of that one.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, you're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. On 1st down, Parsons. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Williams. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. 41 yards. And the Bears have cut it back within a score. And this is no good. It's a missed extra point. Boy, in a tight game, how important might that turn out to be here as the second half rolls along? The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Here is 3rd and quite a ways. Looking to throw. Kemp. And going deep for Hill. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. It's fielded at the 45. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Cunningham. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Kemp. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
Like how they started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the 1st drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through the completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And he's got it to Patterson, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 down at the 31. Back to throw. Kemp. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
And when you're in a one-score game in the 2nd half, now's not the time to force the football to places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw again. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he's down into the red zone at the 16 after a gain of 16. 1st and 10. And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Cunningham. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Bucs. They've got the football. They also are in front here on the scoreboard as we start the 4th. Now 2nd and 5. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. But he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. One of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you can darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
They'll try to run this one in. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And they'll run again. And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Buccaneers look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Finding room at midfield. And gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. From the gun, here's Williams. He finds his man, complete. That's Parsons. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Caleb Williams, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured bear on the field. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Now after the loss, they'll have to navigate a 2nd and 17. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Shepard. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. It's Cunningham. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. That one looks like he'll throw here. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Off play action. Kemp. It'll buy some time right. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
Extra point right down the middle, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession. And to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And a solid run down inside the 30. 8 yards on the run, and that cuts us down to a 3rd and about 5.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
On third down, it's Cunningham. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. Going for the knockout punch. They'll try and run. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs tack on another score as they have dominated this fourth quarter.
Sometimes you get a first and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on first down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Bears 26. Cam Little to kick off.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches